FC Dallas will return home on Saturday night looking for a bounce-back performance against the Montreal Impact. How important is home field advantage in this early season tilt, and what can Dallas do to stop an offensively dangerous Impact team? We'll discuss it next in Keys to the Match, driven by Toyota. After a lopsided result in the first road test of 2016, FC Dallas will return to Toyota Stadium, where they had the best home record in MLS in 2015. That will play a big role on Saturday night.
Yeah, and we've seen this scenario before. Last year, FC Dallas falling 4-0 to Colorado at home, and then in the very next match against Toronto, they were up 1-0 after 30 seconds and up 2-0 after 10 minutes, going undefeated in their next 5 games. And we all know how good FC Dallas is at home, and this starts a stretch of 3 out of their next 4 at Toyota Stadium, so it's a great opportunity to kind of right some wrongs with some home cooking.
In that loss last week, Houston was able to clog up the midfield and shut down the Dallas attack by containing Mauro Diaz. What can FCD do to get the offense back on track on Saturday?
Well, Houston said after the game that exactly was their game plan. Stop Mauro Diaz, and it was very effective. He only had 1 pass going forward completed in that first half, and when teams do that, FC Dallas has to be able to exploit the wings and the extra space with guys like Michael Barrios, Fabian Castillo, and then the outside backs pushing forward, which will in turn open up space for Mauro Diaz.
Turning our eyes to the opponent, Montreal is off to a hot start in 2016. Ignacio Piatti has 3 goals and 2 assists in their first 2 games. And oh yeah, they're getting a guy by the name of Didier Drogba back for this match in Dallas, who's putting up a goal a game in his brief time last year.
Yeah, and you're talking about arguably the hottest player in MLS right now in Piatti, and the hottest player to end the season last year in Didier Drogba. And the key for Dallas is Carlos Grueso and Kellen Acosta. Whoever's playing in central midfield, they have to be effectively communicating, especially with their wingers, not allowing Piatti to get the ball out wide and cut in where he's so effective. And then the center backs, knowing where Drogba is, not allowing him any space to feed off of service from the wingers.
Saturday's match, presented by Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Plano, will be shown locally on TXA 21 with Mark Followell and Daniel on the call. And be sure to tune in to FC Dallas Extra Time starting at 7:30. Or you can tune into the radio broadcast in English on 100.7 FM, The Word with Steve Davis, or in Spanish on 1270 AM, Amor Celestial with your host, Carlos Alvarado. Well, that does it for this week. For Keys to the Match, driven by Toyota, I'm Carter Baum.
And I'm Daniel Robertson. We'll see you next week.